What's up, fam bam? I know you want to set up your PC to see your awesome stats for your PC build, especially when you just built a PC. You want to be able to track your temperatures. You want to be able to track everything about your GPU. I'm going to show you how you can do that really easily. You're going to need a couple pieces of software. First, you're going to need HWinfo. Go to download HWinfo. It's going to be hwinfo.com. Click free download. For whichever is local to your country, that is what you will select. Download it. It should come up right here up on the top right. You should see an execution file. What you're going to do is you're going to open up that folder, right click it, and run as admin. Click yes. You're just going to go through this full setup guide. I accept, install. And now we don't have to launch it just quite yet because we're going to still need another piece of the puzzle here. Next, we need Rivatuner. If you already have MSI Afterburner, more than likely you already have Rivatuner with it, as it does come packaged with MSI Afterburner. But if you don't and you have something like a AMD GPU where you don't bother using it, you're going to download the 7.3.6 final. Once that downloads, open up the file. You're going to double click it, and then you're going to set up. We're going to have to set up your hardware info first here, your HWinfo. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to HWinfo. And when you first open it up, it's going to look something like that. Just click yes. It might not jump directly to this because I already had it set up on this PC. Just click sensors only. You just need these stats. You don't need everything else. And then once you get to the screen here, you're going to hit settings. You're going to go over to main settings. Then you're going to go over and hit shared memory support, 12-hour limit. So meaning this does shut off after 12 hours. So if you notice anything missing from your stats, make sure to check this setting first. After that, we have to open up Rivatuner. Once we open up Rivatuner here, I'll show you how to set it up. It's a really awesome program that you can use to track everything that you want when it comes to gaming. This will be able to track your temperatures, your usage. So it might pop up down here on the right bottom. You're just going to double click it just like I have. And now we're going to do application detection level. Make sure it's low. Make sure on screen display support is on. Raster 3D view. So most of this should be automatic. If not, whatever settings that I chose, make sure to switch it to yours. Now you can have options to start it with Windows if you want it always on. So the first thing we have to do is go into global, click setup. And what we have to do is we have to go down to start. We want to make sure it's start minimized. We want to hide pre-created profiles. The plugin side is where we want to go. First, go to the HotKeyHandler. We're going to double click it. And for example, I set mine as Shift 0. If I hit Shift 0, the on-screen display will come on. You can also use the same key to turn it off and just click OK. Make sure it is checked. Next, you go to the overlay editor. Once you go to the overlay editor here, you're just going to open it up. Now we're going to save it. Now we're going to save these settings. Now I could save my settings and share it with you guys if you prefer. For example, I'm going to put this as that 9800X3D 5090 setup. You notice when I game, I'll call this stream setup because I have it set in the middle. So if you notice when I game live on stream, I'll have it directly in the middle just like this. I also export it too, but this doesn't really do much. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hence, that's why I like to do the OVI file instead of the OVX file. As you see on this screen here, everything is how it's set up. So if you're gaming, it'll look something like this. If you move everything over to the left, that's where it's going to show up. If you move everything right here in the middle, it's going to show up in the game right in the middle, which nobody's going to like it. Or you can even sort it the way you would like. You can have this kind of spread out, have your options really spread out here. That way you can have a nice, pretty clear view, or you can stack everything up against each other. So everyone has their own preferences here. So we're going to delete everything, and I'm going to show you how to have everything set up here. To set up everything, you have to go to data sources first. You're going to go into edit. You're going to see something like this on your screen here. It shows a lot of my options through HWinfo, as you see. It's very important for you to have it enabled so that way it does come up. If it's not coming up, it means that your shared info is not showing. The way you do everything, if we were to start fresh here, just a blank slate, sometimes I'll have some default settings. So what we're going to do is hit add. We're going to go here and we're going to go to HWinfo. If nothing pops up here, make sure your HWinfo is open. Otherwise, you're going to get blank slate like that. Now it should pop up like this. Again, check your settings, make sure it's all enabled here. Now we have it exactly what we want. You can pick all the different sources. You can have a really fancy layout and choose everything. But of course, that's going to take some time to set up. And everyone has their own preferences. Easy to use these columns, these gray boxes to kind of sort everything to know exactly where you want to start. But most importantly, everyone wants to start with the GPU, especially with the 5090. We want to be able to make sure to track our temperatures and see the type of usage. Here is your integrated graphics when it goes to your CPU. Definitely ignore it. Definitely not need it, especially if you already have a GPU ready. We want to go over to the GPU power side. Just check everything that you're going to need. So we're going to hit GPU power. We're going to need that. We're also going to need the GPU memory clock, the video clock, memory allocated, so we can see how much usage is being used up in our GPU. Now this works with either NVIDIA or AMD, but AMD does act a little bit funny with this. GPU memory allocated, I like to use. You can go select CPU usage. You go here, CPU. Total CPU utility is what you would want. We also want to get the total count. Sometimes you'll have to go over here to the enhanced side to see a little bit more. We're gonna need the total count for the CPU, which is up here. We're also gonna need the CPU package power to see how much it's pushing. CPU package power. We're gonna need the average effective clock. You could even turn this on. This is a good one if you wanna know how many cores are being used. Average effective clock. Memory controller we also need. So the RAM we have right here. So we can add that in. We can add the SPD hub temperatures on both sticks. Oh, we didn't. So yeah, let's add that in. Now there's a bunch of other stats you can throw in there if you'd like, such as you want to see the measurement of your speed of your SSD. You could put it in. Such as you would go to your SSD that you're using. You can check out your read activity and write activity, but I'll tell you right now, you'll see how little usage it really is. So it doesn't really matter about this. Go down all the way to the bottom, go to present mount. What that is going to be your monitor. When you see present monitor, you're going to check off your frame rate presented. You're going to check out your present at 1%. And your frame rate at 99%. Have your frame rate displayed average at 99% at the time. You could choose to put the 1% of time as well. Just check this out, make sure I got that measured out. Just in case if we didn't. I think we're pretty much all good. If anything, we can always go back and double check it. Click insert on your keyboard or go to layers and click add. Now we have our first layer, and the rest is gonna be pretty simple. Just gonna double click it. We're gonna name it. We're gonna call this, say, FPS. Click apply. And that's our first one. Now you can set the different sizes and everything. If you go into properties here, you can choose your custom colors. Personally, we can go white, just say, and then it'll turn white. Click apply. And that's our beginning here. Now, if you feel that is a bit too small, we can change it to 200%. And you see how much bigger that is? So if you prefer bigger stats, you can choose to do that. But I think it's perfect at, say, 100. You can even choose to make it smaller of your choice. Again, depends on how far you want to really customize it. Now, just hit Control Copy and then paste. You're gonna go right under here, double click it, and we're gonna call this F time. Click apply, Control, copy. We're gonna go right across it, double click it, and same thing with this, we're gonna copy it. Just make sure they line up. That way it looks a bit better. Or you can have it set a bit further if you like, depending on how big you want your gapping. So I'm gonna double click FPS. From here, we're gonna make sure to, you can change up your color if you prefer. If you wanted to say, show a little bit of, if you want to show a little bit of yellow just to notify you, then we could click OK and it will choose that color. Just erase everything. You're gonna hit add current value macro and then present it, frame rate presented, click OK, click apply, and there we go. Now we hit frame time. Now say we can copy and paste that because we wanted that yellow color, so we change our mind about that. So for frame time, you're gonna hit this, erase it, hit plus. You're gonna go to add the current value macro, and then now we're gonna go down to say change it over to frame time presented 99% of the time. Click apply. And there you go, you have your first values and set of macros here. And now, again, we have other options here. So now you're gonna hit F time, and we're gonna put 1% at the time. Click apply. We'll move that over. There we go, that's a bit better. And we also have, we're gonna double click this, and we also got FPS, 1% at the time. Now it's so easy to reorganize it. You could set it however you like, if you prefer it just like this, or if you prefer it for your frame time to be sticking together just like this. So it all depends on how you would like to set it. So if you prefer more of a setup, say like this, then you can do it. You can even rename it if you want to just put 99%. You're just gonna copy this value, paste it. We're gonna double click it and make sure to erase it. Make sure to erase it, hit the plus, add current volume, go down to frame time presented 1% at the time, click apply. And then right here, we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna paste that, we're gonna double click that, erase the value, change to add the current value. And now we're gonna drop it down to frame rate presented 1% at the time. So this is average. So we'll just leave that blank because average is a lot to type there. And then from there, highlight what you would like. We're not gonna highlight that. Bring it down some because we're gonna add one more here. We're gonna call this 99%. Double click that, add value. Then we're gonna go down to present at 99% at the time. Now we got our frames. Let's get to our GPU side here. We're gonna go here, double click it. We're gonna just put the type of GPU. For example, we can put gigabytes RTX 5090. Click apply. Because of NVIDIA's color, and just to make sure we recognize the graphics card, I'm just going to make it green, as I feel that is the easiest way to recognize a GPU. And perfect. Now we have green. Now I'm going to copy it, paste it, go under here. We're going to put GPU temps. Copy it, paste it. We're gonna call this GDDR7. Double click that. We're gonna call this mem clock. Core clock. Power usage. Copy, paste. You're gonna double click this, erase it. Now we're gonna change the value. And you kind of just repeat the process. You just want to make sure to get everything that you need off of your GPU here. So right here, I like to use the GPU usage, which I did not check out. See, already forgot something there. That's something we can go back on. Not a big deal. Anytime we got to go back, you just go into data sources, which we will. But first, let's get this other stuff done. Let's get the temperatures done. Add current value. We're going to go down to GPU temps. Go down to double click this. We're going to erase it. We're going to call this the G7. And we're going to go to the memory allocated. Mem clock. So we're going to add the deep memory clock. Core clock. Which is down here. There we go. Power usage. There we go. We also have a vid clock, so we could throw that in there too. I like to put the vid clock on top here. There we go. Fortunately, it doesn't let you select all and copy. Next to it, we're gonna go put AMD, because this is a Ryzen. We can put Ryzen. You can put AMD. AMD Ryzen 9800X3D. Make it Ryzen's color. We're gonna make it bright red. It's gonna be, we don't want it too dark because then you can't see it. Click apply, copy, paste, and we're gonna put CPU temps. Then we're gonna go mem clock. Core clock. Power usage. Again, you could add the tiles, you could add all the different cores, but you can imagine how timely this is. But out of efficiency, I just want to show you the basics of how you can adjust this. So we're going to add current value macro, and we're going to use total CPU usage, which we'll get back to changing this. If this is missing, it's going to be add. Let's go back to hardware info here. So just double click that, and we can erase that now. Should be on the bottom now. This is off of TDP. Memory clock. Erase. Don't forget the add current macro. Memory clock. And now we get the core clock. I think I got Elden Ring on my mind. It's just killing me, that game. It's just trying to get through the Cave of Forbidden. It's so annoying too. Or the Forgotten Cave. Now that's all set up, and all that's left is the RAM. So for the RAM, we're gonna call this G skill. We're gonna, like mine is a G skill, and it's gonna be 48 gigabytes at 6400 megahertz. Let's change the color because we don't want to confuse it with the memory. We can change this out to, say, blue. That's a nice color. Really nice, don't you think? Copy it, and then we're gonna call this R5 temps 1 for your RAM stick, depending on which side it is. Same thing with this. I'm going to put this as 3. Now we have that set up. Double click it. You guessed it. You'd erase it. Add the current macro. Oh, I never selected it. Perfect. So we go down here. We're going to click it, erase it. Now we can add the current value. Physical memory load. Drop this down. We'll call this mem usage. Now we can erase it and change out to the usage. Physical memory used. And now we go here, erase it, and we're gonna go to SPD hub temperatures. And then copy it for the next one over. I think I gotta rename the other one actually, because it's just gonna not read out right. We'll call this, I know this is number 3. Double click it, name it as number 3. And it should pop up. That way you can differentiate the two. Or in fact, just go here, number 3, apply. The other one, we're gonna have to change to number 1. That way it doesn't get mixed up here. Change this one, number 1. There we go. Now it's set. So don't forget to save it. And then let's test it out. Let's go in the game and see how it looks. Elden Ring. God forbid this game. As you can see, here are our stats in game. Hopefully if you found this content very useful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you need any more help, feel free to contact me through Discord, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope you found this content super useful, and hopefully you get to mess with it in your PC. Let me know how you have your stats set up. Thanks again so much for watching.